So here we are playing in my shop again. And what I'm doing here is designing a steam turbine. Okay, and this is just like a garden tool, that I bought online and wanted to look at. And so what we've got here is something that you could send steam through. The design, right? Not this particular tool. But send steam through and have a Bernoulli tells us that fluids pump better as they expand outwards, right? If I start with a small tube like the AUPD plastic drum pipe here, or an AUPD pipe, just metal, I can force the steam in here, and then it bells out a little bit. And that makes it want to go that direction to get out, to get to a lower pressure. And so that's the way we design pumps that pump fluid. And what I would be doing here is starting with steam, up on this end, from either burning some sort of fuel in the tubing, or under the tubing, right? It's the way hot water heaters work, is by heating up the water with fuel on the outside of the container, like a big hot water heater that Americans use. It's a big column of water, and then it's got a little gas burner underneath. Highly inefficient. The new water heaters that are instant hot water heaters have a thin tube that won't melt, and then the heat is applied to the outside of that tube, and it's hot enough that a few centimeters of heat makes that water boil. And then you can force it out the rest of the tubing just by the pressure, right? The pressure keeps the fluid flowing in the right direction. And so I can get something like this on bearings made out of carbon, right? That don't get hot. Like I can grind the diamonds, holding them in my hand against a wheel, and they don't get hot. Pretty cool. Pretty neat. You can drill them, cut them, polish them, and hold them in your hand at the same time without using water cooling. So if I use something like that as bearings, I can spin this thing up to a bazillion RPM, or I can run something like a small alternator, like what a car uses, and create 12-volt electricity on a few thimblefuls of fuel. And so I can run my dirigibles all day on a couple of liters of fuel, because the fuel's only making steam. And the steam turns a generator that generates the electricity, and then I use the electricity to run motors that drive my dirigible around the world, or to low Earth orbit and back. Basically for free. I like free.